The Scottish Highlands are a land of wild, rugged beauty. A place where time feels suspended and the landscapes are matched by no other. Blessed with endless glens, a serene ribbon of lands, where rivers wind through steep, mist-covered slopes with a timeless beauty. The Scots hold an infectious pride in their homeland, shaped by centuries of struggle, legend and enduring tradition. Scotland features exceptionally scenic roads, where every turn unveils expansive views of towering mountains, winding rivers and ancient landscapes. Hiking leads us into hidden, magical places, quiet forests, cascading waterfalls and tranquil lochs that feel untouched by the masses. Scotland is a place of raw beauty and quiet romance. Join us on this unforgettable of base camping adventures. Following a 9-hour drive, we finally arrive at the Glen Nevis Holiday Park, nestled in the heart of one of the most beautiful and iconic glens in the Scottish Highlands. Set directly beneath the lower slopes of Ben Nevis, the park is tranquil and thoughtfully landscaped, with trees, shrubs and hedges providing a sense of privacy and seclusion. The park offers a range of hard-standing pitches, and guests benefit from multiple well-maintained wash blocks spread throughout the site. Additional amenities include a well-stocked shop, a snack bar and a licensed bar and restaurant. Everything a guest will need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Fatigued from the long journey, I use the motor mover to position the caravan onto the pitch, promptly setting up to take advantage of the available services. Completing the setup with the Westfield Lynx Travel Smart 200 awning, specifically chosen for this trip due to its reliable performance in poor weather and its ability to provide a comfortable outdoor space. So here we are, back on the Glen Nevis campsite. Fantastic view out the window. So we've arrived late. The dog's on another adventure. There you go, darling. So the plan for tonight is we're just going to get a glass of wine on. And the wife, in those very fitting slippers, has suggested we watch Outlander. So we'll get some of that on. The adventure starts tomorrow, doesn't it, dog? So the plan for this morning, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, the wife's still in bed. We're going out for lunch this afternoon, so the dog and I are going to bag a quick hike through Glen Nevis. early doors. So I'm going to do the hike to Steall Waterfall. So that's where we are now, where the blue dot is. Short drive to the car park. And I'm going to do the mountain track. There's actually a viewing point there. That symbol there means viewing point, and is meant to be a superb view of Steall Waterfall. So it's a 3 mile out, 3 mile return, and we'll go and get that bagged. Can't wait. The hike to Steall Waterfall leads through some of the most varied and dramatic scenery in the Scottish Highlands. The path begins on a mossy woodland trail that winds through the narrow Glen Nevis gorge, treading along ledges high above the roaring water of Nevis. As the trail climbs and the mountains begin to dominate the landscape, the path suddenly opens out above Steall Meadow, an intensely dramatic vista of wide grassy glen ringed by towering rugged peaks, with Steall Waterfall plunging from the cliffs beyond. A wire bridge spans the River Nevis, offering a thrilling crossing above the rocky waters below. Beyond it, a short rocky path leads to the base of Steall Falls, a spectacular 120-metre cascade pouring down a sheer cliff face. The walk is a perfect half-day adventure, offering unforgettable scenery and a touch of Highland thrill. Rightly considered one of Scotland's finest short hikes. So it's our second night and it is wild outside. Love the rain in the base camp, so cosy. The dog, as per usual, straight into my bed, and the wife's in there in the background somewhere. It's going to be a wild night. Well, that was a wild night last night. Quite possibly the worst we've been out in. The Westfield Links Travel Smart 200 is still standing, albeit most of the pegs are out. So the plan for today, we're going to take the 45-minute drive to the famous Loch Ness. We're going to go and visit the Caledonian Canal at Fort Augustus on the south of the loch, and then we're going to drive up the loch to visit Urquhart Castle, the famous castle on Loch Ness. So that should be a fun day out. Just got to wait for this rain to stop first. The Caledonian Canal is a historic 60-mile waterway through the Scottish Highlands. In part man-made and part natural, following lochs like the legendary Loch Ness. At its southern tip lies Fort Augustus, one of the canal's most scenic and popular stops. This charming village grew around an 18th century military fort and is now famous for its striking flight of 5 locks that lift or lower boats through the village. The blend of natural beauty, historical intrigue and remarkable engineering make it a must-see destination in the Scottish Highlands. Perched on the shores of Loch Ness is one of Scotland's most iconic ruins. With origins dating back to the 13th century, Urquhart Castle played a key role in the wars of Scottish independence. Its dramatic location overlooking the mysterious Loch Ness has made it a popular tourist attraction. Today, Urquhart Castle offers stunning views, rich history and a strong connection to Scotland's turbulent past. So we just got back from our day out to Fort Augustus and Loch Ness, and the rain has just come back. Can't complain though, can we, dog? Sunny, nice all day. There you go, darling, that's for you. And in case you're an extra special dog, there's another one. And the plan for tonight is whatever the wife pulls out of that fridge for dinner. Can't wait.
No, I'm alright, thanks.
So the plan for today, we're going to go and do the drive through Glen Etive. So Glen Etive is not far from here. It's near Glencoe, about 30 minutes drive. And it's a long single track road through the glen. The scenery is supposed to be spectacular. And it leads to Loch Etive at the end. So we're going to go and do that. Can't wait. Whilst most visitors are drawn to the dramatic beauty of Glencoe, many pass by the turning into Glen Etive, a quieter, more intimate glen that offers a very different kind of magic. A narrow, single-track road winds between steep mountains, where red deer often graze near the roadside, and golden eagles circle silently overhead. The River Etive flows alongside, carving its way through the landscape into a series of rapids and waterfalls. This route is a favourite amongst hikers, photographers, and those simply seeking solitude. The landscape constantly shifts, and waterfalls tumble over ancient stone, while silver birch and Scots pine cling to the hillsides. At the end of the road lies Loch Etive, a narrow sea loch framed by remote mountains. Here, the beauty of Glen Etive lingers long after the road ends. So we've just got back from Glen Etive and we're beating the rain again. It started to rain as we got back to the caravan. Well, Glen Etive, what can we say? The wife and I, we think it's the best scenery we've ever seen in Scotland. Pasta night tonight. Wife's going to knock together a tasty pasta dish. And the dog, well, she's just had too much adventure, bless her. Great trip so far. For a great time in Scotland.
Hey, hey.
Good morning from the base camp. It's the last day today. And you know what that means, dog? Jacobite Steam Train Day. Hey, Sleepy. We're going on the steam train. Hey, Sleepy. We're going on the steam train. You coming? Stepping aboard the Jacobite Steam Train, a vintage locomotive that offers one of the world's most scenic railway journeys. Departing from Fort William, the train travels 41 miles through stunning Highland landscapes to the fishing port of Mallaig. The highlight of the journey is the dramatic crossing of the Glen Finnan Viaduct. The train pauses briefly at the historic Glen Finnan station, where travellers can explore a charming museum or simply enjoy the Highland air. From there, it winds through the mountains, lochs and coastal views before arriving in Mallaig, a picturesque harbour town with fresh seafood and ferries to the Western Isles. So we've just got back from the Jacobite train. What a great end to our trip in Scotland. And as been the case all week, we've just got back ahead of the rain. Poor dogs have ventured out. So the plan for tonight, we're going to have a cheese board, we're going to finish a film, and it's an early dart back in the morning. Glen Nevis is where nature stirs the soul. Towering mountains rising with a spirit found only in Scotland. Nearby lochs frame dramatic glens, while Glen Coe and Glen Etive wave a landscape of quiet power and timeless beauty. This is the Highlands at their most inspiring. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next base camp adventure very soon.